Today when I wake up, I find myself thinking about you, your life, your decisions, those areas where sometimes you don't know if you are really taking the right path. And although I don't tell you, I know that sometimes the path seems too dark, that the answers don't seem to come, that emotions invade you without knowing how to control them. Today, life asks you to make decisions, especially in the relationships that surround you, those ties that are so significant and at times so complicated. In the midst of this storm of doubts, I want you to know that there is something bigger than your insecurities, something that will guide you in every step, something that sustains you in those moments when everything seems uncertain. That force is divine guidance, the unconditional love of God, which accompanies you even when you can't see the way. I invite you to let go of the burden of those decisions alone. I invite you to deliver them into the hands of the one who knows every corner of your being, who knows every thought that crossed your mind and every feeling that you keep in the depths of your heart. Today, as you begin this day, I want you to feel peace, a peace that does not depend on what happens but on the certainty that despite everything, God is with you. In those moments when you feel that relationships are becoming complicated, when questions arise and uncertainty appears, remember that there is something much bigger than what your mind can comprehend, the perfect will of God. He is not only attentive to the big decisions in your life, but also to those small moments of doubt, those small everyday situations where you wonder if the direction you are taking is the right one. I assure you that He guides you, even when you do not see Him, even when the path becomes murky and darkness seems to dominate. You don't have to have everything figured out right now. You don't have to have everything clear, because God walks with you, even when the answers haven't come yet. He moves in the shadows in those moments when you cannot see clearly and supports you with His loving strength, guiding each of your steps. Now, in the midst of confusion, pause and breathe deeply. Stop your heart for a moment, because it is in stillness where God's voice is heard loudest. Take a breath just for a moment and allow God to direct your thoughts, your emotions, and your decisions. You are not alone on this journey, even when it feels like the world seems to be moving away from you. God sees what others do not see. He knows what you hide and what you still do not dare to admit. And it is in those moments of vulnerability when He comes closest to you, because He knows that deep down your heart is looking for that guidance that only He can offer. Today, I want you to put all that anxiety, all those doubts, all those worries in God's hands. He doesn't need everything to be perfect to guide you. You don't need to have all the answers, but you do need to trust that He has a perfect plan for you. I invite you to remember that, despite your own fears and limitations, He continues to guide your every step. And sometimes, true love, the deepest guidance, does not come immediately, but through patience and blind walking, trusting that each step is part of a divine plan that you do not see now, but that will be revealed in due time. God knows what you feel, what you live, what worries you. He knows the weight of the decisions you are making, especially in times when relationships seem uncertain. But in your heart, deep down, He is speaking to you, whispering to you, "Do not be afraid. I am with you. No matter how dark the path may seem, I am the light that guides you." And with these words, I want you to feel the presence of God in your life. I want you to feel that immense love that not only allows you to move forward, but also fills you with strength to face everything that comes your way. This day, this moment, is an invitation to trust in the divine love that never abandons you, that guides you even when your emotions tell you otherwise. God is with you. And even if you can't see the end of the road, you can be sure that He is guiding your every step, even when the answers have not yet come, because His will is good, pleasing, and perfect. And when you trust in Him, the path, although uncertain, becomes clearer, and the decisions, although difficult, become lighter. I want you today, as you begin this new day, to remember that even when relationships are complex, when emotions seem not to be enough to understand everything that happens, you have the strength of a God who loves you deeply, who has not left you and will not leave you. In every moment, in every breath, He is with you, guiding your steps. He sees what you don't see and is in control, even when everything seems out of place. So today, in the midst of uncertainty, Let Him take control and trust that He will guide you along the best path possible. As we move forward in this day, I want you to take a moment to recognize the peace that comes from letting go of control. I know that often in relationships and in the decisions we make, we feel caught between the excitement of what we feel and the fear of the consequences of what might come. It is a feeling of walking a tightrope, not knowing if what we are doing is the right thing. But in the midst of all this, I want you to know that God has not called you to walk alone. He is the support that will never fail you, the firm rock in the midst of any emotional storm you may be facing. When you find yourself trapped in a relationship that makes you question your inner peace, whether due to other people's expectations, past decisions, or fears that haunt you, remember that God is by your side, guiding your heart. He does not ask you to make hasty decisions or follow a path that does not resonate with your being. He invites you into a deeper relationship, a connection that goes beyond the superficial, that is not based just on what meets the eye, but on what He knows you need to grow as a person. Today, I want you to put aside the anxiety that invades you because you don't know what to do. Whether in a love relationship, in a friendship that weighs you down, or even in a family relationship that consumes you emotionally. Anxiety about not knowing which path to take is normal, but it doesn't have to define your life. Allow yourself to let go of that need to control everything around you, and trust that what God has for you will always be the best, even when you don't understand it at the moment. He knows the future, He has a plan, and that should be enough for your heart to rest. Take a moment to reflect on your life. If you look back, you will see how God has guided your steps this far, how in the midst of difficult decisions, complicated relationships, and moments of uncertainty, there was always a greater force that accompanied you. So why hesitate now? If He was with you in the past, He will be with you in the present and in the future. No matter how difficult the situation you find yourself in today seems, no matter how dark the path ahead seems, you can rest easy knowing that He illuminates your path, even when the answers are not immediate. Sometimes the hardest thing in relationships is understanding when it's the right time to move on, when it's time to trust, and when it's time to let go. In your life, as in all the decisions you make, there are times when you must trust your intuition, your heart, and the wisdom that only God can impart. You may feel like you don't have all the answers right now, but in that uncertainty, God is at work. In the silence of your heart, He is showing you the right direction. Don't rush. Don't force yourself to find answers right away. Life is not a sprint. It is a long-distance race, and you are not alone in it. The key in this process is to remember that your relationships and decisions should not be based solely on what you see or what other people expect of you. God has given you a unique heart with desires, needs, and dreams that only He knows in their entirety. Don't let the voice of others eclipse what He has placed in you. Today I want you to make space in your heart to listen to that inner voice that guides you, to let the love and peace of God fill you and guide you in every decision you make, especially in your relationships. You know, it's not easy to find the balance between doing what's right and following what your heart desires. But if you put your life in God's hands, He will give you the discernment you need. Sometimes it's not about making a drastic decision or changing your life overnight. Sometimes it's about learning to wait, allowing the process to unfold at its own pace, trusting that time will bring clarity. If your relationship is going through difficulties, if you feel that you are at an emotional crossroads, do not despair. God not only sees what is in front of you, but what is to come. He has a divine purpose that, although it may seem uncertain to you now, will be revealed over time. Remember that relationships don't always follow the path we imagine. Sometimes the love we feel for someone is not enough to resolve everything at stake. But this doesn't mean that love isn't genuine. It just means that circumstances are sometimes more complex than we expected. In those moments, God not only holds you in your pain, but also gives you the strength to continue, to ask the right questions, and to make the decisions that bring you closer to His will. And even though you can't see the end of the road, He promises that He will never leave you alone. He is with you, and His love is stronger than any doubt or fear you may feel. Therefore, in this moment of reflection, I want you to think about the decisions you have made so far. It's not about judging yourself for past mistakes, but about learning to see how those decisions, although difficult, have led you to this moment. Relationships are complex, but they are a wonderful opportunity to learn to love yourself more, to grow emotionally, and to learn to trust God more. If you have been struggling with the direction of your relationships, I want you to surrender those worries into God's hands today. He is the one who knows the purpose behind every encounter, every emotion, every moment of doubt. You don't have to have all the answers today. You don't have to understand everything that is happening in your life. But I assure you that if you put your life in God's hands, He will guide you. You may not see the path clear right away, but I promise you that the light of His love will illuminate every step you take, even when the path is dark. If you feel like the decisions in your life are too many, or that relationships are draining you emotionally, I want you to know that you are not alone. God is with you. He has not forgotten you. Today, when you wake up, pause and breathe. Let the Holy Spirit fill your heart with peace. As you make important decisions in your relationships, remember that you have God's perfect guidance. He knows you better than anyone, and in His hands, your relationships will become fuller and healthier. If you are facing a difficult relationship or an emotionally charged situation, I know it is easy to feel lost or alone, but I want you to remember this. God sees what you don't see. He is working in your life in ways that you may not understand yet, but that will bring clarity at just the right time. And even if you feel confused or trapped today, He is working behind the scenes, guiding your heart toward what is best for you. So as you begin this day, allow God to guide your mind and heart. Let His peace surround you, knowing that in the midst of everything you are experiencing, He is in control. There is no relationship, decision, or path that can be out of His reach. With Him, everything is possible. As you move forward on this day, I want you to feel a deep certainty that you are being guided by something much bigger than your fears, doubts, and worries. Relationships, whether loving, familial, or friendly, often place us in places of vulnerability. They make us question our ability to make wise decisions and confront us with our own deepest fears. However, I want you to know that in the midst of all this, you have a divine resource that accompanies you, the unconditional love of God. He not only loves you when things are going well, but He is with you when decisions seem confusing and relationships seem complicated. He is with you every moment, guiding your every step even when the path seems dark. Sometimes when we are in the middle of a relationship that we don't know if we should continue, our mind is filled with contradictory thoughts and emotions. On the one hand, we feel the desire to cling to what we know, what is familiar to us, even if it does not make us completely happy. On the other hand, we feel that something within us is calling us to a change, a transformation that seems terrifying and disconcerting. It is in those moments when uncertainty seems to take over everything that we must remember that we are not walking alone. God sees what is in our hearts, knows our deepest desires, and has a perfect plan for our lives. Maybe you are facing a relationship in which you don't know if you should continue or if it is time to let it go. Maybe there are fears of losing something or someone important to you. Maybe you've built your life around this relationship, and the thought of changing that reality fills you with uncertainty and fear. But I want you to know something. No matter how difficult the situation seems, God is with you every step you take. He understands you deep down and knows what you need to find peace in your life and relationships. He is not asking you to make hasty decisions, but He is inviting you to trust Him, to surrender that fear and doubt that are holding you back. Today, I want you to take a moment to open your heart to Him, to ask Him for wisdom and peace in the midst of your relationships. When relationships seem to be falling apart, or when emotions are confusing you, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking there is no way out, that things won't get better. But I want you to remember something important. God's love is greater than any pain or difficulty you may be experiencing. He has not called you to live a life of despair or sadness. He has designed a path for you, a path filled with hope, peace, and purpose. Even though we can't always see the future clearly, we can trust that God is guiding every step we take. And when you feel like relationships are robbing you of your peace, when you find yourself trapped in a cycle of doubt and conflicting emotions, remember that God not only gives you wisdom, but also strength. He will give you the strength to make decisions, to set limits if necessary, and to move forward with confidence. You may not always understand everything that is happening, but God has a purpose for everything in your life. No matter how dark the situation seems, He has the ability to transform what seems lost into something beautiful and meaningful. Today you may feel caught between what your heart desires and what your circumstances tell you should do. Maybe there is something in your life, in your relationships, that makes you feel insecure. Or maybe you are facing a situation where you don't know if you should take a risk or stay where you are. In those moments, the key is to remember that your life is in the hands of a God who loves you deeply and who always has the best for you. He is not only interested in your decisions, but in your heart. He wants you to make decisions that bring you closer to Him, that help you grow and find true peace. This day, I want you to leave behind the anxiety and fear of not knowing what to do. If you feel like there is something in your life, especially in your relationships, that is emotionally draining, give that burden to God. He understands your fears, He knows your worries, and most importantly, He knows what you need to heal and move forward. The process may not be immediate. The peace you seek may not come immediately, but I want you to trust that He is working in you and your life in ways you cannot yet see. Peace will come when you trust Him, when you hand over that heavy burden to Him and allow Him to guide you. Think about the relationships you have had, the people who have passed through your life. How have those relationships changed your view of love and life? Maybe, even if some of those relationships didn't turn out the way you expected, they have helped you grow and learn more about yourself. In some way, every experience, even the difficult ones, has the potential to bring you closer to God's will for you. He uses everything, even trials and hardships, to shape you and prepare you for what is to come. So if you find yourself facing a difficult relationship or a complicated decision today, I invite you to let go of control. You don't need to have all the answers right now. You don't need to understand every detail of the situation. All you need to do is trust that God is with you, that He will guide you on the right path, and that everything will have a purpose in the end. Let Him be the one to manage your emotions, your decisions, and your future. Today, simply put your relationships and your life in His hands and allow His peace to wash over you. Trust Him because He will not lead you down a path that is not good for you. If you feel the pressure to make important decisions in your relationships right now, take a deep breath and give that weight to God. He has the wisdom to guide you, the strength to sustain you, and the love to fill you with peace. Today, I want you to feel the comfort of His presence in your life, guiding you in every step, in every decision, in every relationship you face. He has a perfect purpose for you, and you can trust Him to lead you on the best path, even when you don't understand everything that is happening now. His love sustains you, guides you, and transforms you. Today, start your day with the certainty that God is guiding your steps, especially in the relationships that concern you. Don't feel alone because He is by your side. Remember that even though the path is not always clear, His will is good and perfect. And in His hands, your relationships, your decisions, and your life have a divine purpose that will be revealed over time. In this moment of reflection, I want you to look inward and recognize something fundamental. Sometimes the answers you seek are not outside of you, but in the silence of your own heart. Relationships, in their complexity, teach us more than we think. They challenge us, they make us grow, but they also allow us to know ourselves more deeply, understand our needs and our limits. Today, I invite you to think about those relationships that have marked you, that have been a mirror of who you are and what you can become. Sometimes we find ourselves in relationships that challenge us to be better, to make wiser decisions, and to trust in something bigger than ourselves. These are the relationships that God allows in our lives, not those that are always easy or comfortable, but those that teach us to live with purpose and with faith. If you are going through a time of uncertainty, fear, doubts about a relationship or a decision, I want you to understand that there is nothing you cannot face with God by your side. In those moments where everything seems to fall apart, where the answers seem distant and the future seems uncertain, remember that God's love is greater than any circumstance. He knows you deeply. He knows what is in your heart and what you really need to heal and move forward. Don't let anxiety or fear stop you. Today is a day to trust, to let go of control and surrender to the divine wisdom that guides you. Relationships are a field where we often feel vulnerable. We care about others, we worry about their feelings, how they perceive us, why things don't always go as we expected. But I want you to know something very important. God also cares about every detail of your life, about every thought, about every emotion you feel. He is seeing what perhaps others cannot see. He is seeing the internal struggles you face, those that sometimes you don't share with anyone. And although the path of relationships may be uncertain, I want you to remember that He is by your side, guiding you, giving you the strength to continue. Sometimes love can seem confusing. We feel things for a person and wonder if that's the right thing to do, if it's the right time, if we should move on or let go. But you are not alone in this process. God gives you the ability to discern, to recognize what is good for you and what distances you from the peace that He wants you to have. No matter how messy or confusing the emotions you feel, God is in control. He knows what you need, and you may not see the full plan right now, but you can trust Him to lead you on the best path. Today, as you move forward in this day, I want you to take a moment to reflect on your past and present relationships. How have they shaped you? What lessons have you learned from them? Maybe, even if some relationships didn't go as you expected, they were an opportunity to learn about yourself, to recognize your own values and what you really need in a relationship. Sometimes those complicated or difficult relationships are the ones that teach us the most, because they confront us with our deepest emotions, our deepest beliefs, and our most hidden insecurities. And it is through that process of transformation that we can become stronger, wiser, and closer to God's will for us. So if today you find yourself at an emotional crossroads, if doubts invade you about a relationship or a situation you are experiencing, I want you to remember that you do not have to make decisions out of fear or desperation. You can take a step back, take a deep breath, and hand that burden over to God. He has the wisdom to show you the way, and in the silence of your heart, He will give you the peace you so seek. No matter what you face, you can trust that God is at work in your life, guiding every step and every decision. You don't need to see the future clearly to continue trusting Him. It is enough to know that He is with you. At this time, I want to invite you to surrender any worries or fears you may have. If there is something in your life that you are having a hard time letting go of, if there is a relationship that is emotionally consuming you, or if you just don't know what to do in a certain situation, I want you to hand all of that over to God. He is ready to take that burden, to calm your fears, and to guide you toward the peace that only He can offer. Today, choose to let go of control, choose to trust, and choose to allow Him to be your guide. Remember that relationships are not always easy, but God has a divine purpose in even the most complicated relationships. If you feel that something is not working, that there is a relationship that is causing you pain or confusion, pray to God for clarity and direction. He will not leave you alone in those moments. He knows what you need, and His will for you is always good, pleasant, and perfect. If you are willing to follow His leading, He will guide you through any emotional storm, showing you the way to peace and reconciliation, whether with others or with yourself. Today, I want you to live with the certainty that you are not alone. God is with you every step, guiding you through every relationship, every decision. He loves you deeply and cares about every detail of your life. If at any time you feel that you lack wisdom or clarity, remember that you can ask Him to guide you. He will not leave you in the dark. And if in any relationship you feel like things aren't working out, God can show you how to heal, how to forgive, how to move forward in peace. And at the end of this day, when you lie down to rest, I want you to do so with the certainty that God has taken every concern from your heart, that He is working in your life in ways you can't see, but that will bring divine purpose. No matter what happens, He is with you. And in His hands, your relationships and your life have a future full of hope, peace, and love. If you ever feel like the load is too heavy, the decisions you're making are too difficult, or the relationships are draining you, remember that you don't have to carry all of that alone. God is here to help you. He not only guides you in moments of clarity, but also in moments of uncertainty. Today, choose to trust His guidance. Choose to allow Him to give you the peace that only He can offer. No matter what you face, you can rest knowing that He is in control, that He is guiding you, and that everything has a purpose. If this message has touched your heart, if you feel that God has spoken to you today through these words, I invite you to leave your comment below. I would love to know what this prayer has touched you and how God is guiding your decisions. Also, if you feel in your heart that this message could be useful to someone else, please feel free to share it. And if He has blessed you, I would appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel to continue receiving more prayers and advice to help you live according to God's will. Finally, if you want to support this channel and help us continue to bring these messages to more people, don't forget to leave a super chat or a Valo de Mai. Your support makes a big difference and allows us to continue creating content that blesses and transforms lives. Thank you for being here. May God bless you always.